Today we're diving deep into the world of Expressionism with the iconic Edvard Munch. Known for his raw emotional depth and haunting depictions of human anxiety, Munch's works have become staples of modern art. In this video, we'll explore the top 15 masterpieces by Edvard Munch, unraveling the stories behind each piece and what makes them timeless. 1. The Scream, 1893. No list of Edvard Munch's works would be complete without The Scream. This piece is perhaps the most iconic in the history of art, a symbol of human anxiety and existential dread. The swirling sky, the distorted figure, and the haunting colors create a scene that transcends time and place, depicting a universal emotion of fear, panic, and isolation. Munch once described the inspiration for the painting as a moment when he experienced an infinite scream passing through nature. This raw, visceral expression of despair resonates with everyone who has ever faced inner turmoil or a moment of existential crisis. The Scream has become synonymous with the concept of modern anxiety, cementing its place as one of the most powerful and influential images in the world. 2. Madonna, 1894 to 1895. One of Munch's most controversial works, Madonna is a striking exploration of the tension between the sacred and the sensual. The painting depicts a woman in a moment of intimacy, her body twisted in a way that makes her seem both divine and carnal. This duality of sacred and profane is reflected in the rich, glowing colors of the piece, especially the vibrant red and golden hues that seem to radiate from the woman's form. The juxtaposition of religious symbolism, with the halo-like glow around her head, and the sensuousness of her pose challenges traditional boundaries, inviting viewers to contemplate the complexity of human desire and spirituality. This painting reveals Munch's deep interest in the contradictions within human nature, particularly when it comes to sexuality and the sacred. 3. The Sick Child, 1885 to 1886. The Sick Child is one of Munch's earliest masterpieces, painted during a period of profound personal loss. The piece is a poignant portrayal of Munch's sister Sophie, who died from tuberculosis when he was just a young man. In this heartbreaking work, Munch explores the deep sorrow and helplessness he felt during her illness. The child's pale, frail body contrasts sharply with the dark, oppressive atmosphere that surrounds her, highlighting the inevitability of death. The painting is often seen as a turning point in Munch's career, marking the beginning of his focus on the darker aspects of human experience, particularly grief and the fragility of life. 4. The Dance of Life, 1899 to 1900. The Dance of Life is an allegorical representation of the cycles of love, passion, and death. In the foreground, a couple dances, their bodies entwined in a moment of intense emotion. Yet, the painting also contains a darker, more somber undertone. In the background, a shadowy figure looms over the couple, symbolizing death's inevitable presence. The contrast between the vibrant, joyful dance and the spectral figure in the distance speaks to the fleeting nature of happiness and the constant awareness of mortality that Munch felt throughout his life. The piece is a celebration of life's moments of joy, tempered by the ever-present reminder of life's fragility. 5. The Vampire, 1893. The Vampire is another one of Munch's works that explores the darker sides of love and desire. The painting depicts a woman in a seductive pose, her mouth pressed against the neck of a man, while his body seems to succumb to her embrace. The haunting, spectral quality of the figures reflects Munch's exploration of obsession and the destructive nature of intense relationships. The man's face is drained of life, his body limp, suggesting that love, when it turns toxic, can leave a person drained and lifeless. The ambiguous nature of the relationship, combined with Munch's characteristic use of color and form, creates an eerie, unsettling atmosphere that speaks to the complexities of passion and possession. 6. Self-Portrait with a Burning Cigarette, 1894. In Self-Portrait with a Burning Cigarette, Munch presents himself in a moment of introspection, with a glowing cigarette illuminating his face against a dark background. The smoke rising from the cigarette seems to merge with the shadows, creating an aura of mystery and contemplation. The somber expression on Munch's face suggests a deep, almost painful self-awareness, while the act of smoking becomes a metaphor for the artist's internal struggles and the passage of time. This self-portrait is both a reflection of Munch's personal anxiety and a broader commentary on the alienation of modern life. 7. The Storm, 1893. With The Storm, Munch takes on the theme of nature's destructive power. The chaotic sea, the dark sky, and the frantic movement of the figures evoke a sense of vulnerability in the face of overwhelming forces, both natural and emotional. 8. Anxiety, 1894. In Anxiety, Munch portrays a group of people seemingly overwhelmed by an invisible force. The figures' wide eyes and contorted faces convey a deep sense of unease, a hallmark of Munch's exploration of human fear and inner turmoil. The swirling, distorted backdrop enhances the intensity of the scene. 9. The Burial, 1893. Another deeply personal piece, The Burial is Munch's interpretation of his mother's death. The painting shows a group of mourners gathered around a grave, with the figures appearing ghostly and distant. The muted tones and the heavy atmosphere convey the emotional distance Munch felt toward death and loss. 10. The Voice, 1893. The Voice portrays a figure standing alone in a desolate landscape, with a swirling sky above and a strange, almost spectral voice emanating from the void. This painting encapsulates Munch's interest in the isolation of the human experience, as well as the idea that emotional pain can feel as though it's coming from an external source. 11. Death in the Sick Room, 1893. This painting is a deeply symbolic portrayal of the death of Munch's sister, Sophie. The cold, oppressive atmosphere of the sick room is contrasted with the warmth of the family gathered around the bed, highlighting the tension between life and death. 12. Jealousy, 1895. In Jealousy, Munch explores the destructive power of jealousy in relationships. The figures, a man and two women, are locked in a tense triangle, with the man's face twisted in anger and confusion. The piece speaks to the emotional turbulence and irrationality that often accompany intense feelings of possessiveness. 13. The Madonna, 1894. Second version. A second version of Madonna continues to explore Munch's interest in the dichotomy of sexuality and spirituality. The soft yet unsettling depiction of the figure, combined with Munch's characteristic swirling background, adds a further layer of complexity to this controversial work. 14. Winter Night, 1899. Winter Night conveys a sense of cold isolation. The figures appear shrouded in darkness, with the snow-covered landscape reinforcing the emotional distance between them. The subdued colors and stark, minimalist approach heighten the sense of loneliness and alienation. 15. The Kiss, 1897. In The Kiss, Munch explores the complexity of love and intimacy. The painting shows a couple locked in a passionate embrace, their faces intertwined. The fluid, almost abstract forms represent the union of two people, but the ambiguity of their emotions adds a layer of mystery to the scene. Edvard Munch's art continues to captivate audiences with its raw exploration of human emotion. From themes of love, death, and isolation to his unique style of psychological realism, Munch's works remain a profound reflection of the human condition. Which of Munch's masterpieces resonated with you the most? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more insights into the world of art. Thanks for watching, and remember, art is not just what we see, but how we feel.